Doomasect coming at you guys today with more Pokemon Flame War. Today we're cranking up the heat with magical fire psychic wizard foxes, flying fire breathing reptiles, and a honey badger that can cause eruptions. I'm joined by my good friends Renokun. Reno, say hello and tell us who you'll be arguing on behalf of.
Hey, what's up? Reno, happy to be back and fighting for Delphox.
Thanks, Reno. Also joining us is Shat in the Hat. Shat, go ahead and tell us who you're going to be arguing on behalf of today.
Hello, it's Shat in the Hat again, and today I will be arguing on behalf of the flying, fire-breathing lizard that you know and love, Charizard.
And I'll form the head. I'll be arguing on behalf of Typhlosion. I'll be starting this argument off. Fucking eruption! That's goddamned right. Typhlosion's a honey badger made with volcanoes. Real volcanoes. Is that a cobra? Not anymore, it's not. Typhlosion has a base speed of 100 with a base special attack of 109. This means if you don't get the hit off first, you're going to be taking the full brunt of Typhlosion's eruption with a base power of 150. Oh, I'm sorry, did you think you were just gonna throw out your water or rock type to take him on? Oh well, how would you like a solar beam to the face? That's right, this fire type learns grass moves! Oh, and if that's not enough for you, Typhlosion can be bred to learn extrasensory. Who needs a fire psychic fox again? Typhlosion has the hidden ability of Flash Fire, which powers up his fire type moves when he's hit by a fire type move. Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to use Flamethrower on my grass Pokemon? Let me just switch out real quick. Oh, did I mention that he shoots flames out of his damned back? Because that's kinda freaking important. You're up, Shat. Show us what you can do.
First off, the reason I picked Charizard was because he was my very first starter. Back in the days of Pokemon Red, when I picked one just based off of what they look like. So, let's take a deeper look into why Charizard should be the one to come out on top of this matchup. He has the same base stat totals when compared to the other two, and even has same stat for stat when compared to Typhlosion. Delphox sacrifices a good amount of his attack and defense to give him more special attack, special defense, and a slight increase in speed. With a large move pool, you can teach Charizard a number of cool tricks. For example, by breeding, he can be taught Dragon Pulse and Dragon Rush. All the while by evolving, he learns Fire Blast and Heat Wave. He can also be taught Blast Burn, as well as Fire Pledge, which can come in handy if you're into double battles.
Alright, Renokun, your turn. Show us what you got.
Well, I've always loved foxes, so I took when I found out Fennekin was a fire psychic fox. And I was like, hell yeah, that's pretty sweet. And, as for stats, his HP is 75, which is kind of low, but special attack and defense and speed make up for that. He seems to be quite a bit more of a special attacker than the others, sacrificing that physical attack and defense, but taking half damage from psychic and ice is a plus, but double from dark and ghost, which does suck for sure. But a fire spitting psychic fox, hell yeah. Sacrifices his physical attack and defense. He's all about his special attack and defense. Base attack is only at 68, his defense is 72. He makes up for it with his special attack and defense being 114 and 100. And his speed is at 104, which is a couple points above the rest. All three of them have the same base stats equaling 530. Being able to learn psychic moves was definitely a plus for me, in addition to his fire. I love fire types, so being psychic as well made him pretty tough. You can learn things like Hypnosis and Dream Eater, and obviously Psychic, and other ones like Magic Room. He can learn Solar Beam and Grass Knot. I don't know why, but it was kind of cool. Another one, Future Sight, deals a good chunk of damage about 2 turns after using it. He's got a sweet hidden ability, Magician, where he can steal a target's item if it's holding one.
Do you know what's great about being a pure fire type? Not having a 4 times weakness. Now I know what you're thinking. Charizard was always your favorite, and it looks so cool. But does he look cool enough to cause freaking eruptions? No, he doesn't. Do you know why? Because eruptions come with molten rock. Do you know what Charizard is deadly allergic to? Rocks. Especially when they're floating in the air. Oh, I'm sorry, you want to use your Charizard? Let me just set up a stealth rock real quick. Now go ahead and throw your Charizard out. Oh, would you look at that? He's at half health now? Well, excuse me while I make it rain some rocks on his ass. Oh, and don't think I've forgotten about you, Delphox. Now, being a psychic fire type may sound amazing. That is, right up until, boom, dark types. Oh, you think you're gonna outspeed that Weavile? Think again. Oh look, ghost types. I really hope that they don't know any priority move type attacks. Boom, Shadow Sneak. Oh, I'm sorry, did you want to steal one of my items with your hidden ability? Here, go ahead and take my black sludge. Also, is your fox made out of volcanoes? No. No, it's not. Your move, Shat.
While Charizard may be allergic to rock-type moves, I think that he more than makes up for it. When compared to Delphox, he only has 3 weaknesses compared to his 5, meaning you have a harder time fighting, type fighting, and are more reliant on either trying to tank through it by blistering your defenses or trying to TKO your opponent. As for Typhlosion, his hidden ability isn't all that great, with it only making him immune to fire-type moves. His move pool, while similar to Charizard, doesn't give him access to Roost, which can allow Charizard to gain some health back and stay in the fight longer. If that isn't enough reason, then how about this? If you don't like plain old vanilla Charizard, why don't you evolve him into his Mega? Ah yes, he gets a Mega. As for other reasons why I chose him, his hidden ability gives him 1.5 times his special attack when exposed to intense sunlight. Although this does cause him to lose 1/8 of his health per turn exposed, it will however make moves such as Heat Wave, Dragon Pulse, and Blast Burn do a ton of damage. There's also the nostalgia effect to Charizard. I mean, doesn't he bring you back to a time when things were simpler and you got to play Pokemon all day long? I know it does for me.
Back to you, Renokun.
It was really hard to find things to argue about. All 3 of these guys are pretty much my favorite 3 fire starters. Charizard has tons of advantages, but he also has his fair share of weaknesses. First of all, is that 4 times weakness to rock. It's like any rock move is gonna cripple him pretty good. 2 times from electric for being flying, and he also doesn't have the resistance to ice that the other 2 have. I can't deny that he was pretty much my favorite all the way up until X and Y for fire starters. Typhlosion and Charizard do share the exact same stat distribution, but I think Charizard's got a little bit better of a hidden ability and moveset than Typhlosion. Both have their shared weaknesses and resistances, but Typhlosion doesn't have that 4 times weakness to rock, but he does have a 2 times weakness to ground, and Charizard does not. He takes 0 from ground. Both are lacking in special defense, which they will probably need against Delphox, which does rely, solely pretty much on special attack and defense. If either of them were to come up against the Delphox that I have right now, he has a Twisted Spoon on, which buffs up psychic type moves, and I would probably buff up my special attack and, come at you with psychic, trying to lower your special defense even more, and probably follow it up with Hypnosis and Dream Eater, and the fire moves aren't really worth even trying, but depending on what moves you decide to teach your guys, they all have pretty unique, combinations, making for some pretty interesting fights. And as I said before, it's really not easy to find anything about these guys that I don't like.
Well guys, I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Pokemon Flame Whore. I want to thank Renokun and Shat in the Hat for being part of this series, and hey, if you viewers enjoyed this, why not hit that thumbs up button? Why am I still talking like this? Also, if you want to see more, please subscribe. Oh, not arguing more your thing? Well, why don't you go ahead and check out my other series, Pokemon Eviolite Candidates. Until next time, this is Dumasect. Watch out for bears.